Hey, welcome to the Saturday Best Bets video. We have three best bets across the 5 games today in the AFL and the NRL. Not the usual slate of 8 games across both sports like we normally see on a Saturday, just with the extended round starting on Wednesday or Thursday in the NRL. But I'm going to go through what the bets I'm having today are and the reasons why I'm putting those bets on. We'll start with the AFL because we've got 2 plays in the AFL. The early game is North Melbourne versus Adelaide. This game's being played down in Tasmania, and Adelaide haven't played there before. So that is the only real concern, but I think they should be able to get their attack going here against the North Melbourne defense, conceding over 120 points per game on average. So even though currently Adelaide are only averaging 67.2, think they should be able to dramatically increase that here. So I'm going to take Adelaide over 103.5. This line just changed in the past 2 minutes as well. So was 102.5 now up to 103.5. So taking the over there on the Crows team total. So far this season, only one team hasn't achieved over that number against North Melbourne, and that was Fremantle, and they scored 102 points. So I think they can definitely get it done. Last week, Hawthorn, who are another really low attacking side when we look at the power rankings in points scored here. Hawthorn only averaging 72 points a game. They were able to score 113 last week and missing key players in their forward line. So I think the Crows can get this done. Conditions are fine down in Tasmania for a high-scoring game. And Adelaide were the best attacking side in the competition last year. They haven't been able to get it going this year, but I think they get it going today. And this line is definitely a reasonable enough number against North Melbourne and what they've done so far this season. Adelaide have also scored over this in 4 of their past 5 games against North Melbourne. The game they missed had 98 points. It still went very, very close. So that's the first play. The next game, Geelong versus Carlton. Earlier, this is a game I've kind of switched sides on a couple of times. And so for those reasons, I'm just going to stay out of it. Originally, when I was first looking at this game, leaning towards Geelong, and then once lineups came out, switched over to leaning slightly more towards Carlton. But I feel like it's a game that genuinely could go either way. As it currently stands, I'm more so leaning to Carlton, where I'm just not confident enough in their defense holding up against the Cats here to back them to win the game. So I'm going to stay out of that game, but we'll be betting in the last game of the night, which is over in Perth with Fremantle at home to the Western Bulldogs. Fremantle definitely need to bounce back from their performance last week against the West Coast Eagles. But they face a pretty tough test against the Bulldogs here, coming off a big win against St Kilda. St Kilda did push Port Adelaide last night, so the form doesn't look too bad. Even though Fremantle have back-to-back home games here, Western Bulldogs have a slight rest advantage, so that offsets a little bit of the advantage Fremantle have playing at home, but it's still definitely a big advantage for them. Looking at the stats for both sides, Western Bulldogs ranked 6th in the league in points scored, and they're basically a top 4 team in most attacking statistics, which I feel like is going to hold them in really good stead here against Fremantle, who are a top 3 defensive side. When you look deeper into the numbers, the Western Bulldogs aren't all that bad defensively themselves. They're a top 6, top 7 team in most categories. And if we quickly check the efficiency rankings as well, going forward, the Western Bulldogs ranked number 2 in the league in goals per inside 50, and then defensively, they're still in that top 5, top 6 category. So the numbers there do match up well for the Bulldogs, and don't think Fremantle's attack is strong enough to put up a big enough score to win this game. So I'm very surprised, as I covered in the early preview for this week, that the Western Bulldogs are underdogs for this game, so I'm going to take them to win outright at $2.02. For example, compared to the handicap, and this is something you can apply across all sports, in this situation, I'd much rather take the $2.02 for them to win, as opposed to the plus 1.5 at $1.90. So 12 cents difference for every dollar there. Significantly adds up, and it's generally not worth taking those really small lines and copping a 10, 20, 30 cent haircut on the head-to-head price. Then over in the NRL, 2 games. First game, the Tigers versus Broncos. This is a game the Broncos on paper should definitely be winning and winning fairly comfortably, but the Tigers do have a really good record against them. With the Broncos heavy favorites, and the line at -11.5. I'm just going to stay out of that game. But we'll be betting into the Cowboys-Panthers game. Cowboys, who are still ranked in a top 3 attack, have really dropped off the past month. And I think even at home here, where this matchup, the home team has a really good record, which I spoke about in the early preview. I'm happy to back the Panthers here to win this game and cover the spread. So taking Penrith -7.5 at $1.85. Nathan Cleary comes back in for the Panthers. They lose a couple of key players in the forwards, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue against this Cowboys side, who are really, really weak defensively. As long as Penrith take their opportunities, they should be able to rack up a score here. We've got the 15th ranked defense going up against the #1 ranked defense in points conceded, and also 15th in meters conceded per point, and Penrith ranked first in that category in the league. Penrith should win this game and win it very comfortably, even though it is on the road. I genuinely thought the spread for this game would be Penrith into the double digits, -10.5, 11.5, kind of that range. So I'm very happy to make this bet. So the 3 plays for Saturday, we're going Penrith -7.5 against the Cowboys. We're going Adelaide's team total over 103.5, and then the Western Bulldogs to win outright, $2.02. If you're following along, good luck. Hope you guys have a great Saturday. We're also betting in the horse racing all around Australia today at the racing shop. Put the link in the description of this video. And then I'll be back to preview the games for Sunday tomorrow morning. So definitely, if you like videos like this, if you like using statistics to find bets on AFL, NRL, and lots of other major sports, all the American leagues, soccer, then definitely subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be lots more videos coming soon, sharing not only what I'm betting, why I'm betting it, but also how you can find bets and the betting strategies you can use to make money betting on sports.